Hello everyone, welcome to the Wise Tales. Today we'll hear a story about the danger of making decisions in anger and the power of calm thinking. While listening, you'll also learn new words and practice English in a fun way, so stay with us until the end. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there was a young king named David. At just 25 years old, he inherited the throne after his father's passing. Since childhood, David was guided by a wise teacher named Edward, who taught him kindness, patience, and wisdom. After becoming king, David relied on Edward as his chief minister and closest advisor. For some time, the kingdom flourished, but one year, a terrible food crisis struck, caused by an error in Edward's forecast. In anger, David ordered Edward to leave the kingdom forever. Heartbroken, Edward obeyed. He moved to a distant village and lived as a humble farmer. Though he could have lived richly, he chose a simple life and soon became loved by the villagers for his wisdom and fairness. Back in the palace, David felt lost without his mentor. As challenges grew, regret filled his heart. He realized banishing Edward was a mistake made in anger. Determined to find him, David sent soldiers to search, but no one could tell where Edward had gone. Finally, David used a clever method Edward once taught him. He sent a clay jar and a letter to every village. The order was, return this jar filled with wisdom within 1 month, or replace it with precious jewels. The letter reached Edward's village. The leader, confused, brought it to Edward. The villagers grew fearful. Wisdom could not be placed in a jar, and they had no jewels. They begged Edward for help. Calmly, he said, leave the jar with me. I will find a way. While tending his farm, Edward noticed a pumpkin vine. He placed a tiny pumpkin inside the jar, still attached to the vine. Each day it grew until the jar was completely filled. Then he cut the vine and sent the jar back to the king. When David opened it, he was amazed. A pumpkin grown inside a jar. Only Edward could have thought of this. At once he prepared to search for Edward himself, ready to apologize and bring him home. This story teaches us 2 lessons. First, never make decisions in anger. Strong emotions can cloud judgment and cause regret. Second, calm thinking leads to wise solutions. A peaceful mind finds the best path forward. Remember, learning English is easier when you enjoy the process. Keep practicing, keep growing. Don't forget to like, share, and comment how this story helped you. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next story.